Good morning, guys. How you going? I hope you're all doing well. On my way out, this is the first time I've been out in the new year. Had a little bit of a break and the dogs are refreshed and I'm a little bit refreshed as well. So happy new year to everybody, and I hope this year brings you a lot of spiritual prosperity, and I wish you all the best and may God bless you all. Yeah, so I'm going to head out to Kevin's place. I'm not going to be long. Thought I'd start the year off with a bang, and we've got the charismatic Trixie back, who's a YouTube favourite, and a lot of other people really like her. So she's back in action after a litter of kits, and I will say that her kits look absolutely magnificent, and she was bred to rip. What else has been happening? A lot has been going on in the ferreting scene at my place. With all the kits, it's always an interesting time of year, good and bad. So yeah, got rid of most of my kits, and a few people that have ordered them, happens every year, they either change their mind, or I don't know what happens, I don't get back to you, or I don't know, people are different. You know, your word's your bond. If you say something, you really should try and honour as best you can. If you say you're going to do something, just do it, because people are relying on you. And it doesn't cost you anything, but it costs me, because if I'm hanging on to ferrets that you've ordered, and I've got to feed them in that meantime, which I never really ask for people to pay for the extra food. If for whatever reason that I've got to hang on to them for a bit longer than what I normally would, because you're on holiday or whatever, I'm always willing to do that at no charge to you, I may add. And with the food that I feed them, it actually does cost me money. I don't just feed them rabbit all the time. They get a mixture of, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. Giblets, hearts. I buy 2 kilos of mince to mix with calcium every single week, beef mince, as well as the giblets, the hearts, the liver, the ox livers that I buy, etc. Just to give them a good balanced diet as they're growing, as well as the calcium powder and pet vite that I give them, so which is just a pet vitamin. Anyway, so I got stuck with a couple of them, but anyway, I haven't advertised them yet, but I will pretty shortly. So if you're after a decent sort of a kit, give me a ring and I'll let you know what I got left. But it's not many. Yeah, so the kits look absolutely magnificent. They're doing really, really well. I had a bloke come and pick a buck up yesterday, and he's bought them off me before. He's from down Bendigo way, and he came out yesterday and picked up a buck, and he's also got ordered a couple of black-eyed white kits that I've got, which are probably about 8 to 9 weeks away before they're ready to go. He also had he's got some really nice ferrets, I must say. Some that were pretty ordinary, you know, the way I look at them, in my opinion. But he had a little Jill there, and I looked at her, I thought, gee, she's really, really nicely bred. Really nice type. Anyway, she was on the heat. So she's at my place right now. He left her there with me, and we've got her in with Spike. And I reckon they'll let some cracking kid. She's a black-eyed white, and she's bloody beautiful. Very nice conformation of a ferret. She's very lightly tried. I think he said he's had her out once or twice. So we don't really know much about her prey drive, but her conformation and the way that she's bred, I'd be very surprised if she would turn into something. Anyway, so we've got that doe in there, and he'll be picking her up whenever. I don't know. He didn't really say, but probably within the next couple of days. So yeah, a little bit happening in the ferreting world. Don't know where I'm going to go today. I've also got Lagatha back. Lags. Thought I'd start off because they haven't been worked since I've had the kids, Lags and Trixie. So it'd be good to get them back into the team, and you know, I'll give a much needed addition for these hot days when you've got to rotate your ferrets a lot. It's always good to have a few extras. I've left all the boys at home today, and I'll probably take them out tomorrow. Also this year I'm going to put a fair bit of work into rip. I'll only working with a collar I just want to see what he can turn into, because every now and again you come across a ferret like him, and understand he's only been in four burrows since I've got him, but from the very first burrow I put him in, he acted like a seasoned ferret. So if you've got something like that, you might want to work it and see, try and get it to hit its potential anyway, so you can see where he's at. So yeah, going to put a bit of work into Rip, see what he can become. We're working primarily with a collar, but he'll get some extensive work over a 3-month period, and we'll see if he can hold up in his mind to the workload. Because if you're going to breed your bucks, you want to make sure that they've got that trait in them where some ferrets, they'll work all right. I've said this before, they'll work all right once or twice a week for the first week. But when you do that over a period of time where you're working them 3 days a week over week after week, subsequent weeks, they can drop off a little bit mentally. And some ferrets are very strong in that area, and that's something I hold in very high regard. So that's very high on my priority list of traits that I want to introduce into the line. So I'm pretty sure he'll be fine, because he's just that type. You can get an eye for picking that sort of thing after a while when you've had quite a few ferrets. There's the rabbit on the left there. You get an eye for that type of thing of what you're looking for, and you can pick it early on when you've seen enough of them. And I think Rip will be fine. I think he'll be an outstanding addition to my breeding line. And if I didn't think that, I wouldn't have bred him this year. So looking forward to that, guys. So a lot going on this year. I'll be doing quite a bit. It's a bit of a shame it's summer. Summer's always a pain in the backside, because you've got to get up early like this, real early, and get there just on daylight and do a few burrows, and then you're packing up and going back. So and it's a rush day, like you have to get up early. So anyway, that's the way it is. Okay guys, well I'll put the camera back on when I get there. Not even sure which burrows I'll do today, but we also have brought out Chase, who I'm no longer working with a collar. There's no need. She's fine. Storm, Tess, and I'm missing one. Storm, Tess, Willow. So I've got them as well, and all the rest of them I've left back at home. But it'd be very, very good to see Trixie and Lags back in action. Trixie, the charismatic one, and Storm's a little bit like that too. She's always fun to watch. She puts a smile on your face, that ferret, and on top of that, she's a cracking worker. Now that Grace is getting older and almost retired, she's sort of stepping up into the mantle of probably one of the best ferrets I've got at the moment, excluding the boys, of course. So the girls are Trixie sort of hitting the pinnacle now with the ferrets that I've got. And we've still got Tess, who's got her kids, and they're miles away. Alright guys, I might take an opportunity now to turn this camera off and finish my coffee. Get back to you. Yeah, still heading out too, guys. One thing I did forget to mention is I got a little a new addition to the family, a little dark Jill that I got off Graham. The father is off the same line as Rip, and the mother is Graham's best working Jill, who is a spectacular looking ferret. When I think about a ferret's conformation, she's just beautiful, just like you wouldn't ask for a better ferret conformation wise, and extremely pretty. Gee, she's pretty. Anyway, so Graham came up to my place not yesterday, day before, and he dropped the ferret off, and he took one of Trixie's kids. He got the pick of the litter, and he picked out a beautiful dark-nosed polecat from Trixie's litter we just traded. So we've got her. So I still haven't named her. If you could recommend a name for her, I'll pick one of the YouTube suggestions, and we'll name that ferret after the ferret that you named. So just put in the comments, put down a name that you want, and then I'll choose from one of those. Pretty hard to think of bloody names. I've been naming them forever. But anyway, so that's what I normally do. I just ask the YouTube people, and they'll put down what they think, and I think, oh yeah, that's a good name, and I'll pick one out. So I've decided to go out to Fred's place and have a little bit of a look. I haven't been out here for ages. I'm not too sure if they've been shooting them or what's going on out there, but they have bred up most other places, and I suspect that Fred's won't be any different. So anyway, we'll go and have a bit of a look. Normally I can get a feel for it as we're driving in, as to how many you see getting about. That's not always a good indication, because you don't know if the foxes have been at them that night and chased them and they're all in the ground, but it gives you a rough idea usually. So we'll head out to Fred's and I'll have a little bit of a drive and make a decision. I haven't got a lot of time. It's going to be 30 degrees and it's going to heat up fast, so I'm not going to be doing a lot. And I want to see Trixie and the Lags and give them a bit of work. They'll be happy to get out, get away from their kids and get out. And I've left them in with the kids the whole time, and Lags' kids are about 13 weeks old now. I normally let them go at about 12. A little bit earlier if people have had ferrets before, but if you haven't, I normally like to leave until they're about 12 weeks. So they've got a good start, a good balanced diet, strong and healthy, and they're good to go. And Trixies are about a week and a half behind those, a little bit younger. I'm keeping two of Trixie's kids this year. I'll keep two girls out of her, and I've also got keeping Grahams as well. So it'll be fun times watching them grow, and then with anticipation, you know, because we're trying to strengthen the line, we'll see what Rip's kids can bring. So we'll get an opportunity to have a look at them this year. And also the one that I got off Graham, there's 2 or 3 rabbits right there, which is good to see because I don't normally see them there. Yeah, so it'll be good to see Rip's kids, and also I get to use Graham's little girl that I've got, because she's on the same line. So we'll get to have a look at them and see what they're really all about. All right, hang on. Oh, almost went past. There is a couple of burrows out on my left over here, and it doesn't look like, I did see a couple sitting on it last time. Oh, there's 1 or 2 little ones. Yeah, you never. When I first came to this property, there was a few around there, but I've cleaned them up a bit. They haven't really come back all that much. Anyway, we'll have a little bit of a look. Normally along this road you see a few running, but it depends on the traffic too. They do have a school camp in here, and they do get a little bit of traffic from time to time. And they also sold one of the lodge over there. Oh yeah, there's a couple running across the road in front of me. There is a burrow up here that me, Kevin and I did a while along. There's right there. So normally when you see a few running across this road, there's a couple about. When they get a bit thin in here, you don't see so many. But there's a burrow up here that Kevin and I did a couple of times, and I think we got 20 out of it the first time, and we did it again 2 weeks later for another 20 odd. And it's usually a good indication about how they're travelling here. There's one. The burrow's here on my left. It's actually graded all this road here, so there's a few on that burrow. There's quite a few. Jeez. Oh yeah, I can see about 20 of them running in the grass here. If I get out, you'll see them. Look at that. There's one there. You'll see them all drop on the ground probably. Jeez, there's a lot of rabbits in that burrow, mate. Look, there's one there. One there. 2 or 3 there, one there. See them at the back, they're all dropping down. So quite a few in that burrow. I'm not going to do that burrow today. I like to usually leave that when there's 2 people, because it's on both sides of the fence. It used to come out here too, but he's graded this road. which will make the burrow easier to do. It just means I can just throw a long net down there and all the work will be on that side of the fence now. Here, Fleet, come. So yeah, that burrow's got quite a few, and it's a good indication about quite a few rabbits here. That's good. All right, get up. Because if they were shooting them, this is an easy place to shoot them. That's my point. Because this is on the road, and if they were shooting them heavily, there wouldn't be so many in that burrow. That's why it's a good indicator. So you can use that little bit of nugget of information about when you go into a place and you want to judge how many rabbits are there. If you've got a spot where they're really easy to shoot and there's plenty there, you can be guaranteed the places where it's not easy to shoot, there'll be a lot more. Just saying. So yeah, quite a few on that burrow. I've seen at least 20 to 30 rabbits on that burrow, which is about where it was the first time I did it. Quite a few rabbits running on the road in front of me. You can tell they're used to a bit of traffic. Windows are clogging up. So yeah, it looks like there's a few here. So Fred's probably going to be glad to see me back on. Because as you can see, he's growing, he's got hay and everything. And for every rabbit that's here, there goes another one, that's half a kilo of grass a day that he can't grow. So for every one I take, there's a paddock out on the left here, it's normally got a few in it, never a lot, there's one just sitting right there. There he is, right there. Not even moving, not even running from the car, mate. No mixo to be seen. So anyway, okay guys, well I'll turn it off until I get out the back. Oh, actually I should leave it on so you can see how many numbers are there. But, oh, the gate's open, is it? Oh, beauty. Looks like the gate's open. Is it? Maybe not. Oh yeah, no, it's open. He's done a little bit of grading. He hasn't graded here, that's for sure. There's a couple of burrows out here, just on the edge. They're pretty easy to do, and I haven't done them for a while, so you know we'll get a few rabbits out of them. Even if they're shooting them in here, you will never get them all, mate. There's just too bloody many. Not a lot running about this paddock, which is unusual. They do shoot them out here though. I mean, they just drive out here and shoot them, and you don't know who's been out here and who's been getting into them. But I will go back and do that burrow that we looked at just before at some point. Look, I have done it myself a couple of times. It's a little bit of a scary proposition this time of the year because of the grass in that paddock, on that burrow, and it is snake season, so I like to be able to see my feet. So I'm a bit picky and choosy about where I do and where I don't. Geez, I can't see many running around here, and they're normally everywhere. I don't know if he's poisoned them or something. Oh no, they're everywhere, mate. Just they're blending in on that hill over there. There's a few, but that's not the burrow I'm looking at. There's always a few in that burrow, you never get them all. Oh yeah, no, there's a couple here, I can see them sitting. They're all running here, look at this. And up in front there. The burrow I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3. Look at them all sitting there, all running there. Look at them out in the paddock there, mate, jeez. There's still a few here. There's not a huge number. I can, as I'm looking across this paddock now, I can see probably about 40 odd. Right up the back there on that back burrow. Look at them sitting over there. Geez, I don't know if they'll come out. There's about 8 or 9 of them just sitting right there, right in front of the camera. And if you look closely enough, if the camera will pick it up, there's about 8 of them sitting there on that burrow. Look at them all dropping in there where fleet is. Look at that. I take that back, there's a few more than 40. Jeez, look how many he's chasing over there, mate. Oh, geez, he almost got that. They're just dropping in all over the place, aren't they? Look. Dogs don't know which, where they're going now. There's a burrow there where you'll see them all drop in now. Quite a few in the paddock, guys. So yeah, good times ahead, good times ahead. Anyway, we'll start with this burrow here. Bloody rabbits everywhere. Come, here. You don't know, every direction I'm looking, there's another one there just sitting on the burrow. There's another one running at the back there. One sitting right there. Quite a few here. Anyway, looks like we'll pull some numbers out of Fred's place, clean a few of them up for him, and save him a little bit of grass and devastation that they do. Okay guys, I'll get back to you. I will say the ground here is rock solid, mate. One thing about these burrows in this paddock, they're really deep, and even the ones without the holes, they seem to be a little bit extensive underground. What I mean by that is there's a lot of passages. It might be only 3 or 4 holes on top, but because they've got a lot of offshoots, and you know that when you're working with the tracker. I better put a net on that one. I've just netted this one up with the purse nets, and I'll finish putting a long net around that one. Then I'll move over and do that one there. This one I'm just going to purse it up. And if you see how big the holes are, that's what I mean. They're big and they're deep. Even though there's not a lot of holes, because they're so deep and big, they have a lot of offshoots, which is good and bad. Bad because means there's a few more dead ends where the ferrets can catch them. And you'd never dig them out of these burrows, mate, no way. The ground is rock solid. Even with the hammer, I'm struggling, with the big mallet, I'm struggling to put some of those long net pegs in. So imagine trying to dig it with a shovel. No chance, mate. No chance. But I know that about this paddock. Been doing it for a few years. If you follow me on YouTube, you would have seen these burrows and this paddock before. But I did clean them up a little bit. So they've bred back, haven't they? This goes to show when you leave paddocks like this alone for a while, for any length of time, they just breed up again. I did do this burrow, and I do it every now and again. I'm not going to do it today, but I do this burrow every now and again. Normally get, it's quick and easy. You put down a couple of nets and you get 3 or 4 quick ones, usually. Sometimes you get nothing. It's a weird burrow, that one. It's a weird burrow. Anyway, I'll finish putting this long net around this one. It's not a real big burrow on top of the ground, this one. I have had a bit of trouble on this burrow from time to time. It's not that big, but must have a few dead ends where they can catch them, because I normally do a bit of weight in this burrow. But I always do it because I always get a couple. It's a couple of quick ones. When it goes good, it's quick and easy. Move. You'll see the dogs limping again, because this is one of those paddocks that holds quite a few 3-corner jacks. And that completes the circle. There is method in the madness. Okay, back shortly. Trixie, come on, Trixie girl. Let's see what you got, little girl. The dynamic Trixie. We'll sit her back here and we'll see what she does. That's a ferret, mate. It hasn't been out for, what is it now? 10 weeks. Long, no, what am I talking about? 10 weeks since I was born, 16 weeks. 16, 17 weeks. She's dynamic and she's charismatic. A few of the rabbits coming up above the ground now. There's one sitting right there, straight across there. There's a couple at the back, on the back burrow over there. They all got chased in, they're all coming out again. See, when I first come up, I didn't think there was that many here, but upon closer inspection, as you've seen, quite a few. So they've been up here a bit, haven't they? I remember when I left this paddock, they were starting to get thin in numbers. There's one, bang. Trixie doing the job. All right, mine. Trixie's in there on her own. You won't see me do that often, but with some of the ferrets, you just know their ability, you know, so you don't have any hesitation. I have got the esky with ice and that sun's coming up fast, mate. And I will drop Lags in here in a minute. I just put Trixie in, so if they're bolting really good and they're not hesitant, one ferret's enough for a burrow like this. But if they start running in circles, I'll drop in. I'll give another few minutes. So it'd be good to see ripping Trixie's kits this year, won't it? Here she is. That's why people love her, mate. It's hard for the ferrets in these type of burrows too, because of the three-corner jacks. They don't just get the dogs; they're in the burrow, and when the ferret's working, they get pricked as well, and it puts them off their game a little bit, you know. And sometimes when they're real bad in the burrows, the ferrets won't work them because every step they take, they're getting pricked, you know. So they get put off a little bit. So I'm just going to drop Lags in here. The way dogs heard something. The way that Trixie came out, it was like she was expecting to see one out, so I'll drop Lags in just to give her a bit of a hand. Lags hasn't been used for the same amount of time as Trixie, a little bit longer actually. The kits are about a week and a half older. Another rabbit straight across there. I'm just sitting just behind that little bit of a lump. Nice big one. Who's out? That's Lags, is it? Yep. Back down. Both Lags and Trixie are very good ferrets. Anything with Lags is she can be a bit of a bully, you know. She's a real bully. And it's really disappointing Makes your life hard when you got a ferret like her, because you have to make sure she's separated. And if you put her in with the boys, she's normally not too bad. So what I tend to try and do with her is the day when I'm going to take all the cut bucks out, I bring her along as well. And she's a good complement for them. You know, if you get a burrow that's small and you don't really want to put a cut buck in it because they'll catch them too quick or too easy, those type of burrows, you get an eye for it. Then if you've got a ferret like Lags along, you'll always use her in those burrows on those days. Like if I was going to do that little burrow over there and I had all the cut bucks, I'd definitely put Lags in first. There's Lags. And you'll notice Trixie hasn't come up, that's because she's caught one. Oh, I can hear the boats on the river. She's looking for somewhere to go down. Down she goes. Trixie's definitely caught one, no doubt. No doubt at all. Lags. Back down. Haven't seen him come up here yet. There's a hole that goes off that way. I'm not sure if that goes anywhere though. Looks like it just goes in and stops. A lot of cobwebs on it. There's Trixie girl. I'd say this burrow be just about done. I know, that's Lags. Have a look in here, girl. Bottom of my dog's chasing them. 3 or 4 of them sitting on that burrow then. Come! Yeah, so quite a few in this paddock that I'll pick up now. Here he goes. He just doesn't know which ones to chase, you know. That's alright, he'll tire out and stop chasing them soon. They're too close to the burrows. I thought we might have got a couple of more out of this burrow. Look at the rabbits. Look at the rabbits running over here, mate. See, Zip can't even run. This bloody prickles are hurting her that much, as well as her injuries. And God knows where Fleet is. He's probably over the back there chasing them all over the place. Look at the rabbits there. Look at them. There's another one there. One out there. I can see them just running everywhere out there. Quite a few rabbits down the back there too. All right, now you'll notice that Lag's not coming up. That's because she would have found the rabbit that Trixie's on now, and they'll be killing it, those two. Seen how before she was coming up this burrow, that hole, that hole, that hole, and I put her in the back one there, and that would have led to wherever Trixie is, and now they'll both be on that rabbit. So they haven't had a kill for a little while, so I'm expecting them to give it a good, after they kill it, they'll get a little bit of the beans off themselves by shaking it about a bit, and then they'll come out. I don't think there's too many more because Lags sort of worked every other hole while Trixie was on the other one. And you can tell, like it's something, like it's small and deep with a few passages, but when your ferret's in there for 5 minutes and doesn't show its head, it's either chasing one in circles or it's caught one. Sometimes I'll find a litter of kits, which is pretty unusual now. They are still breeding, but not as much. being middle of summer. So that's normally why, if they're not showing their head, it's because they've caught one, or they're chasing a hesitant one in circles. But when they're chasing them, you can hear them. You can hear them sort of going in circles. Look at that, the ferret's got it, outside the burrow, look at that. Don't see that every day, do you? That's Lags, and she's on the rabbit above the ground. And I just walked over and picked it up. Look at that. Unbelievable. Don't see that every day. That rabbit's been chewed up that much, it was disorientated. There's Lags. Geez, that's good for the camera, isn't it? That's what I mean. She'll probably go back down, and down she goes. Good ferret, Lags, isn't she? Now that rabbit's had his head in the corner, I can tell. See all the dirt in his eyes? They bury their head in the corner. You look for little things like that, guys, you'll pick up on it, you know. When you see it often enough, it's the same sort of pattern. So that he's had his head in a corner. That's why they get the dirt in their eyes. And then when a ferret bites them enough, they get sick of it and come out. Well, he was obviously getting bit quite a bit. As you've seen, he came out and just sat there, mate. So he's been chewed on a bit. We'll just watch Lags. She's looking for someone to go down, you can tell. Back down. Trixie we haven't seen for a little while. Yeah, it's just a shame about Lags being such a bully. She's a really good ferret. Yeah, Blake come and took one of the bloke that came out and dropped his Jill off. Here's Trix. She's killed that. And I'll say that burrow's done, mate. She wouldn't be coming out like that, mate. No way. I'll drop her in there for a second until we get Lags back. So we got a couple of quick ones, didn't we? Quick and easy. That's how you want them. Lags shouldn't be too far behind her. It's possible there's more in there, like Trixie could have just come off the one that she killed and came out, so. But normally it should go back down if that's the case, but I trust her, We'll see, won't we? Ah, there's Lags. You get to know your ferrets, guys, you really do. You can tell she's not trying to go back down, she's done. So they both knew, both the ferrets knew. You could tell by their body language. Came out and weren't interested in looking to go back down. Okay, will I gut these rabbits and put them in the esky? I think I might. Couple of quick ones, guys, couple of quick ones. And we got to see that bit of footage that you don't see every day, do you? Where a ferret comes out onto the rabbit, chases it out, and the ferret's that disorientated from being bitten. He just comes out and stands there. Maybe a little bit more than disorientated as well. They get chewed up, and the nerves behind their head, how the rabbits kill them, when they chew on them, it sort of paralyses them a bit. And when the rabbits keep going, ferrets just know instinctively where to grab the rabbits to kill them. They just know that it's instinct. Most of the ferrets anyway. Some ferrets are that, they'll just grab them anywhere, and usually they'll grab them on the arse or that, but that's only so they can slow them down to get a hold of the right place. Get this esky. One of your lights in there. So, let's grab one of these other ferrets out. Who have we got here? It looks like Tess. Gee, she's fat. My ferrets are so fat at the moment. It's super fat. Jeez, took off at 100 miles an hour, mate. Saying, yeah, let me at him. Let me at him. So a lot to look forward to this year. Come here, Fleet. Fleet, come. We'll do that burrow next, mate. Don't worry. He likes that burrow. Look at him. He loves it. Come here. Look, 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 look. Here. See him limping? All the 3-corner jacks. That's why I don't like doing this paddock a lot. But I do it anyway. I do the edges and try and keep away from the centre, because out here, mate, there's a lot of 3-corner jacks. You've seen the dogs running around there before and they looked okay, but believe me, they're suffering for it now, mate. Look, if you watch him now, how tentative he is from running across there. And I know that's what happens, because I've been here enough times. So his feet will be pretty sore tonight, mate. But give him a couple of days, they bounce back pretty quick. They're only pin pricks, so. Dog can hear something. Oh, I heard something then. Oh, look, look, look. Almost bolted out then. So this rabbit's hesitant, running in circles. Look, there he is. His ferret was right behind it. Mine. 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 Good boy. Good boy. There she is, right behind. Back down really fast. You know, some days when you put your ferrets in, as soon as you put your ferret in, they've only got to go anywhere near the rabbits and they just bolt straight out. Other days they take a little bit of persuasion. Look at that rabbit right there. Just came up and popped his head up. If I walk towards him, you'll see him drop in. That's the burrow I'm doing next. Down he goes. But they're popping up everywhere and all the burrows are sort of sticking their heads up, having a bit of a look. That back burrow, there's 3 or 4 of them out, just sitting outside the holes again. There's another one just popped up there, straight in front of me. Beautiful sized rabbits too. Just over 3/4 grown, that one. So I don't know if the camera picks it up that far away. And if you look at right at the back burrow, there's a couple sitting outside too. They're probably a bit far away, but there's one sitting right there as well. this hesitant rabbit. The trouble with when they're hesitant is they don't get away with it forever. They'll be hesitant and run in circles, but eventually, if they keep doing that, the ferret catches them and kills them. So it's a dangerous game on their behalf. Well, I suppose they're just weighing up their options, aren't they? Do I run out or do I ferret? Back down. Gee, she's working real good. Pretty keen today. But they've had a bit of a break. They've been freshened up. And I pride myself on that with my ferrets. It's one of the, this burrow's done. Straight back to hand. That burrow's done. I pride myself on that with my ferrets. It's one of the other traits that I hold in high regard. That they can keep going over a prolonged period of time. You know, you can use them 3-4 days a week, and I've said it before today already. You can use them 3 or 4 days a week, and they just keep going, you know. I'm not going to put you in with Lags because you'll be fighting straight away. But we'll put you in with Trixie for now. And you can try and pick on Trixie, but she stands up for herself a bit, mate. So be careful. You might be biting off a bit more than you can chew. I'll move her out of there. I just don't want them wasting all their energy fighting. I might put Trixie. You can stay in here by yourself, and I'll put Trixie in here. And they haven't seen Trixie for a little while, so you know they've got to re-establish friendships again. But Trixie will stand up for herself. She doesn't let ferrets bully her. You attack her at your peril, mate. She is a savage. Alright, so that burrow's done. What I'll do now is, and we haven't got a lot of rabbits. What do we got? 3 nice ones. You know, if I get half a dozen before I go home, there's another rabbit popped out there. I'll be happy before the sun comes up. Come here tomorrow, do the same again. You can stay here longer in the heat and probably get a few more, but this time of year it's a bit hard. I don't mind. I come out, get half a dozen and then go, you know. Sometimes you'll get more, sometimes you might get less. But it's summertime ferret. And even in winter, like you've got to enjoy what you're doing. And if you're not enjoying going out and ferreting all day, which I don't, I used to, but I don't anymore. You know, what's the point of doing it? I often say enjoy life, so you do what you enjoy. I like going out, catching, you know, different days. Some days you feel like doing a little bit more, and I do. But I like getting up, going out, doing a couple of burrows, you know, 3, 4, setting the long nets up a couple of times, catching whatever you're catching, and then go fishing or something, you know. That's what I like to do. Some days I enjoy going out and spending a day out and catch, you know, 50 or 60. But it's a lot of work on your own. You see people who go out and they're catching numbers. How many of them is there, you know, like 2 or 3 blokes? It takes double the amount of time when you're on your own. Not that I'm complaining, I'd much rather do it by myself most of the time. I don't mind company, with the right company, people that sort of have a similar passion. It's very enjoyable to get out with them. And but on a whole, I'd much rather be on my own most of the time. That's just me, that's the sort of person I am. That's okay, it's not that I'm not sociable, it's just that's what I like. It's nice, peaceful, birds singing, it gives me good balance in life. You know, you can gather your thoughts and keep yourself balanced a little bit about what you like in life. A few hawks. Actually, they're eagles. Oh no, it's a hawk. Big hawk though, mate. A couple of big hawks. Thought it was an eagle. Yeah, so it gives me balance, an opportunity to have a little bit of a think about what you're doing and where you're going and what's important to you. Everyone's different, aren't they? Look at the rabbits out the back over there. They're probably not coming in and on that burrow there. Anyway, I'm going to do this one here. I'll run the long nets around it, and it's probably going to be the last one I'll do. Maybe, we'll see. Depends how hot it is and how many flies come. Get back to you. Okay guys, got that burrow all set up. I might put Lags and Trixie back down with... It's a pretty big burrow, like it's a little bit bigger than I remembered. But... So, like with a bit of reluctance, I decided to run this net out. I would have been kicking myself if we missed a rabbit or two there, you know, just because I'm being lazy and complacent. So I decided just to, but it was a bit of mucking around because I had to pick the net up and turn it around so it would reach. So I had to sort of take that net off and then rerun it from there. So it was a little bit of mucking around. That's why I was umming and ahhing about it. Thought, oh, you know, for a rabbit or two, will I do it? I thought, you know what? Why not? But there's more method to my madness than just that. Remember I did say about that burrow over there? By doing this, it gives me the option and the opportunity to just throw a couple of ferrets in there, and they'll probably run this way. And had I left that one back netted, they probably would either hit that one, or this one, or that one. I've got 3 options to run to, but you know, we have that opportunity, time permitting us. And we were saying before about doing what you enjoy. And it's not that you don't enjoy being out, it's just there's other factors to ferreting that make it less enjoyable. Flies is one of them, and the heat is the other one. That's why in summer I say, oh, you know, go out, and I'd probably do that most of the year. Go out before the flies and all that come, and you enjoy it. It's nice, it's cool, the birds are singing, and then the heat and the flies come, and that makes it a lot less enjoyable for me. I don't like standing out in the paddock getting covered in flies with the heat bearing down on you. I just don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. Okay, so this burrow, it's not that wide, but it's long. Anyway, I might Trixie and Lags haven't been worked in ages, so let's just put these 3 ferrets in, because they, I have to get Trixie out of there. This is Lags and Tess. Yeah. Tess and Tilly are so alike. But I made a decision the other day about who I'm going to breed with next year, and who to who. I'm going to breed all my black-eyed whites to Rip, and all of my polecats to Spike, because that way I know 100% there's no mistakes in with them being related. Dot, 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 dot. Surprise, surprise. There goes Trixie and Lags. We're going to work them all now. There's Storm. She's really charismatic, like Trixie, you know. They're a little bit wet. and off they go. They're wet because I've got water on the cage, and when it's bouncing around in the car, it spills on them. But I like to make sure they've had plenty to drink before I start working them. That looks like Tilly going to the toilet. Off she goes. I'll get this one. Okay, mate, mine. Good boy. Oh, he's trying to get out. There's more going on over there, the dog can hear it. Geez, he'd be a good one to eat, this one. I might actually keep him, I might bleed this one. I might just bleed this one. Get one for me mum, you know, and me. When I say for me mum, she likes to cook them, you know. Look at the rabbits, they're just sitting out everywhere. There's one or two on that burrow, you probably can't see it, I can just see their ears. But that back burrow, they're popping up and down every other minute. See about 10 of them sitting on it at the moment. Hello, Gil. You see Trixie now, what she's wrong with her is she wants to go back to her kids. Oh, I know, girl. I'll take you back, don't worry. Look how deep these burrows are. Oh, here's another one. So there's her half a dozen, isn't it? Lags right behind it. She's looking for it. I've already got it, Lags. Nice big rabbit, mate. Bloody monster. She can smell it in the net. Good job, Lags. She's back down. She just shot back down. Oh, dog's got one, has he? Yep. Get him! Fleet! Where is he? Fleet let him go then, ran back down the hole. So we've got our half a dozen rabbits in the esky already. Well, 5 in the esky and 1 on the ground there. So didn't take very long, did it? And already you wouldn't, look, we're in the shade here, but you wouldn't want to be standing in the sun already. It's already starting to warm up. That back burrow's got quite a few rabbits sitting on it, mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I can see. There's Trixie. Trixie girl. Tot, 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 tot. Back down. Oh. We'll just watch it because she's looking for somewhere to go down. So we'll just let her find her way. back down. Trixie. I'll start picking them up now, guys. I'll leave Trixie, she still looks like she wants to keep going. Chase. Come on, girl. What's the play? Dot, 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 dot. Trixie, so I've got Chase, Trixie and Lags back. Geez, they're so fat, these ferrets, mate. Here we got there. Dot, 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 dot. All fluffed up too. Dot, 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 dot. Looks like Tilly. Storm. Is it? No, it's Tess. Dot, 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 dot. Tess. Just take the fur off this one. I'll keep this one to eat. Nice rabbit, mate, to eat. It's perfect. Take his head off as well. Feed off. Back legs off. And he's ready for the pot, mate, just about. Put that one in the bag so I know which one it is. So yeah, we got here half a dozen pretty quick. I'm thinking about running the ferrets through there. We're probably going to lose them though. That's why I netted up. And it's starting to get bloody hot already. I'll make a decision in a minute. Geez, look at the condition of that rabbit, mate. It's nice. Nice rabbit. They're in a good paddock here though, aren't they? Plenty for them to eat. Wonder where it came from. Must have blown out of one of these trees. Oh, there's a nest up there, look. So there's nothing in this burrow. It's hit and miss this burrow all the time anyway. But I will run storm through this part of it. Right on heat storm. Bit of a shame, bird egg. Must have blown out of that nest up there. There's Chase. I know. Storm, is it? Yep. I know. Is it Chase? Chase. Chase. There's Storm. So there's nothing in this burrow. Yeah, she's right on heat storm. I'm not breeding her though. I've done all the breeding. Next year I'll breed Storm. I'll breed her with Rip. I put her with Ragnar this year. I was going to breed her, but she didn't get pregnant. The reason I don't want to breed her now is in 6 weeks' time it'll be bloody 40 degrees every day, and it's not fair on them, you know. It's just not. Yeah, it's always hit and miss this burrow. Like normally you'll get them if when you're driving in, they run here for cover. It's not sort of a burrow they live in. I think the last time I did it, I got 2 or 3 out of it. But it's a hit and miss burrow. The main reason I did it is because it's in the shade. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll get one that runs straight across and hits the net. There she is. It's actually playing a bit, Chase, and that's not like her, isn't it? She doesn't normally play much. All right, so we got nothing out of there. It was a miss. So I'm not going to complain. We come out, we got air half a dozen. Sun's just starting to warm up. By the time I pack up, it would be almost time to be heading off anyway. And if you look at the wheels on the car, you see all the 3-corner jacks stuck in the tyres. So imagine the poor dogs running on it, you know. It's pretty hard on them. And me, I keep getting them in my socks and stuck to the bottom of my shoe, and then when I get home I drag them around where I go in the caravan. I'm standing on them at night time bare feet. But another glorious morning. Jesus, I'm tempted to go and do one of these back burrows because there are quite a few in, but I know what's going to happen. I may as well just leave it till tomorrow. Come back and net it up and spend an hour on that burrow. So another great day out and about, guys. I'll be out again tomorrow. Probably be out 2 or 3 times this week at least. And I'll try and take the camera and get a little bit of footage. It's a little bit too much to ask to film every time I go out, because it's a lot of editing. It's a hell of a lot of editing and spending time doing the videos. But I will take a little bit this week. Okay guys, whatever you're doing in life, make sure you enjoy, because it goes past just way too fast. Bye for now. All packed up, back in the car. I'm just going to take a bit of a drive around, and I know it's getting late, but just to see if I can see what it's like down the back of Fred's place. For future outings, you know. We know there's quite a few in this paddock here. And even now as I'm looking, there's still rabbits dropping in, and it's getting on into the day already. So they're bred up in here a bit. I was going to run some ferrets through here with no nets, but I thought, oh, it's a waste, you know. I may as well come back the next few days and I'll do a few of these burrows over the next week or two. And we'll probably pull 100 odd anyway, just out of this little paddock, part of the paddock here. You know, over the course of a couple of weeks, we'll probably get about 100 thereabouts. There's a rabbit's running in here. Now, the burrow just in there's got quite a few. It was hidden before. There's one right there. Oh, look at the dust up there, mate. Jeez. That might have come out on the camera too. Another big flip into the burrow. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to drive up the back here and have a bit of a look. There's a few burrows out the back here that I do as well. A couple along here that I do, smaller ones, and just at the end of this paddock there's one that I do periodically when I'm doing this paddock. All the gates are open here. I'm not going through the gate. There are sometimes there are some out there that gate had been open to be handy. Look at them on that burrow there. There's still one sitting right there, right in front of the camera. Still sitting there. She's not even moving. Now he's gone. I can see one just through the grass there. There's a burrow. There's about 3 of them sitting on it. We might get a look at it in a second. Drop them in. Look at that. There's one right there. There's a burrow just there that has about three sitting on it, which isn't many, but yeah, all of these burrows out here have all got rabbits now, all of them. There's one running across there. Look at them outside the house. Underneath that house there's a burrow, and it's always got plenty in it. There's one behind this shed here that's always got a lot of rabbits in it. Well, I don't do it because you need 2 or 3 people. Look at the rabbits here just sitting there. There's a few on this. There's a real little burrow here, and I've just seen 2 rabbits drop in it right there. I couldn't net that up quickly and do that, and I just seen one drop in there. If we get out here, so I just seen 2 rabbits running this little burrow here, and I did see one drop in just where Fleet is. Fleet's seen it over there. There's another one running over there. So yeah, still a few around. Plenty to go out here anyway. But there's a big burrow in there, like a real big burrow. And it'll be loaded, and it always is. I'm tempted just to do that while I'm here. I could put down a couple of purse nets and you'll get a quick 1 or 2 out of this. There's only a few holes. Yeah, I might set it up, guys. I may as well do it. I'm here. It's in the shade, and that's the main reason I'm doing it. So I'll get back to you. So a little bit of bonus content. This definitely will be the last burrow I'm doing because of the amount of flies. I'll put Lags in. Lagatha. Actually, will I run Trixie or Lags? Won't really matter. Oh, look at this, I've missed a hole. I better go get a net for that. I might have missed 1 or 2, there's a bit of grass and hard to see. Well, I better put a net on that one. Right, there's one. Oh, seen legs come out and straight back down. Okay, mine. Good boy. Good boy. She was right behind it then, legs. Oh, there's another one. Oh, don't know where it came from, but it could be in trouble. Nah, got away. I don't know where it came out from. Oh, look over here, there's another hole. Oh, look. Got away. Lucky rabbit. So I missed a few holes. They always pick the ones you haven't got the nets on, don't they? It's weird. Not always, but you know, it happens more often than not. You've got one hole out of all of them that's not covered. and a good percentage of the time that's the one they pick. I only seen a couple run in here, but there might be more. There's another bolt hole, look at that. There's bolt holes everywhere on this hole. I thought there was only 2 or 3 nets. There's another one. Whoo! He got I don't know where he came from. He might have got through the net, that one. Bloody bolt holes all over the joint. Should have had a better look. I don't know where that one come out from. Doesn't look like he got through a net. So there's another hole somewhere that I haven't got covered, obviously. I thought he got through the net, but he didn't. It's starting to get annoying. We'll get Trixie Lags. Oh, that's actually Trixie. Bloody idiot. It's actually Trixie. Trixie girl. Alright, let's have a bit of a look over here. Put legs in here. We might get another couple out of it. So we missed 2 through uncovered holes. But we did get one, so it's something. Geez, it's got a few bolt holes, hasn't it? Like real nice bolt holes. Here's legs. She's looking for someone to go down. I might just leave her. Because she is looking. Back down. So Trixie bolted 3 out of there on her own. I thought it was Lags I was putting in, it was actually Trixie. Should pay more attention. I didn't look when I picked him out of the box, I just thought Trixie was, Lags was in that side. There's Trixie girl. I'll be surprised if this burrow's got not done. I'll try her once more, just in case. I'll put her in here. Down like a rocket. There's Lags. Nah, I think this burrow's done. She come out the other bolt hole over there. Wants to keep going. And Trixie's out. I've got to watch her before she'll shoot over into another burrow. Still looking and down. No. This burrow's done, I think. I don't think this one joins. I might just put her down this one. And hopefully they'll try and run there. Especially if I stand here. I don't think it joins. I think it's just a small one. And if they go to that burrow, which I'm hoping, they'll get back netted. There's Lags. So that burrow's done. Dog can hear something. Pick Lags up. She's done. So I won't be putting any more nets down. There's something going on here, definitely. And the way the dog's acting, I'd say that Trixie's caught one. See? It might get away from her. Oh, he's waiting to pounce. Zip can hear it too. He's just waiting to pounce, Fleet. So there's definitely something going on. Yeah, the ferret's caught it. But it might get away. Got him. Got him. Oh, Trixie. The Trixie girl. Alright, I'll tell you what happened then. I was changing the battery. Look at her. She's such a bloody savage, mate. I was changing the battery in the camera and Fleet reached down the hole and grabbed this and dragged it out. And it ran back down the hole. And Trixie still had a hold of it. So I reached down and pulled it out. And there's the Trixie girl. She's happy to be out and about, isn't she? Hey? That's it. That's all I'm going to do for today. Look, I could put it down there, maybe get another one. We'll see what happens. I'll put it back down, just to empty the boat. She might not want to go down there. She'll want to look for this one. Yeah, she's looking for it. Just follow me. That's it. That'll do. All right, guys. That's the last one I'm going to do. Bit of bonus content. Another 2 rabbits. Pretty quick. And a bit of entertainment. For me, anyway. Said it before, and I'll say it again today. Whatever you're doing in life, make sure you enjoy, because it goes past just way too fast. Bye bye for now, guys.